really bad boy.
Come get your cup of TRU T as we spill it one cup at a time. Another exciting show right here in Tampa where we're spilling the tea one cup at a time. We're back at the Rainbow Plantation, and I'm your host, Tyler Butler, and it's a Halloween spectacular again. I'm here with my friend, Teacup. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Welcome to my home, the Rainbow Plantation, and today we're filming live from the Rockin' Room at the Plantation.
Absolutely. That's going to be exciting to talk about the spirits, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Before we get there, the big spirit in the room is...
My titties?
Yeah?
Hello, boys and ghouls. It's Elvira, the mistress of the dark.
A.K.A. April Cooper, who actually serves it up at our favorite bar.
I serve all of it up.
Yeah, show bar. And I think we got another guest down here who's new to the table. Who are you?
It would be David.
David, all right. We're going to be getting to him in just a minute. But look who's back at the table.
Yes, it's me. That person.
Esme Russell, you're kind of in disguise there.
I am a little bit in disguise today. I'm trying to hide. Maybe from the law. I'm trying to hide from the law. Maybe I did something.
All right, and last but not least, we got my friend Mayor here.
Psychic Marilyn. You can find me on Facebook as Psychic Marilyn.
All right, so let's get right to it and talk about the spooktacular that happens every night, apparently, and it's not in the bedroom, is it?
No. At the Rainbow Plantation, there are approximately 5 spirits that live here with us, and we get along with them all. So I just want to take you on a quick journey first, though, okay? To me, a spirit is nothing but pure energy. Okay, energy comes from the sun. It's absorbed in the grass goes to the cow milk goes to the human, and so it's in us. Okay, so all a spirit is pure energy. That's all it is. Okay, now if you ever had a dream where it was so vivid and clear, you knew you were in this room, you could smell the room, you could hear the vibrations, taste the vibrations. To me, a spirit that visits a place like our home here is just a spirit that's going back to a place he liked, where they enjoyed it. Okay, and so that's all a spirit is. Now in this home here, we've had 7 or 8 psychics in the house here. They've all seen the different spirits in this house, okay? I personally have seen 1 or 2 myself on here, just really flash little things, okay? But it's very interesting in here. So the different psychics and mediums that come here, they all seem the same people over and over and over again, which I think is really quite incredible, without knowing each other, and they see the same people now.
Right, and actually, one of them wasn't even, or a couple people that came here, you didn't even know were psychics.
That's
and then
exactly
later
right.
you found out, and you were like, well, how?
Yeah.
And they had this energy.
And viewing on. So it's very interesting. So the psychic world is very interesting. It's nothing to be afraid of, but it's very interesting. And things do happen in this house.
I would prefer that they stay where they're at.
Have you ever had an
No,
encounter?
well, I just say because etheric energy and physical energy should not work together. They are separate, and etheric energy should stay in the etheric realm. Physical energy should stay in the physical realm, and we don't belong together. You can visit, but you got to get out.
That's true.
Don't hang around. Don't hang around, because I don't want that. Because they need to get energy from somewhere to continue to move around and do what they do, and I don't want them to take it out of me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think someone's died in the house?
Oh yes, I've had at least 2 people I know have died in the house. I confirmed the deaths in the house.
Oh, you have confirmed it.
Yeah. The first one was Judge Lil Stalnaker. He passed away in the living room in here. Okay, and that same room, then the third owner of the house, he passed away in that room too.
Wow.
The same room. So
And
2
the
have
same-
Will visit but leave.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? They won't hang around because they have an earthly attachment to something.
Oh yeah, I think
You know.
I totally believe they're just coming back to visit a place they loved, endeared, and they're just visiting their old home again. That's all they're doing. But they're not going to affect me at all. They're just here, and I do believe they're here in this house.
Are you a believer, Elvira?
I am absolutely 100% a believer of spirits and energy, and I kind of disagree. I think the otherworldly spirits do belong here, just like invasive animals. We've moved into their spot, so they're not done yet. So I think they're more than welcome here, unless they're wanting to cause trouble. Then we're gonna fight.
Interesting. And I have another interesting question. If you don't know Elvira, a.k.a. April Cooper, you actually worked or still work currently in the funeral home business. And I'm curious to ask you because I actually, when I was about 18, 19, I was going to go to school to be a licensed funeral home director. And I remember something that I found interesting is when the body is warm, have you found anything weird happen during your, spells of working with the dead?
Well, while I do enjoy a very warm body, I'm not against a very cold body or a body that's actually willing to participate. But that being said, yeah, it can happen. Yes, if they're still warm, they're not ready to leave.
So
yet.
warm body means like someone that's died within a few hours and they get a call to the funeral home.
Yes.
The funeral home goes and picks them up. You see Elvira show up, Miss April Cooper, who will be driving the hearse right up to pick that body up. So I'm curious because I have heard stories of when either they're being embalmed, they'll move, or sometimes as they are just recently passed.
Yes, sometimes I prefer not to do them quite so warm because they like to twitch, they like to move their heads, they like to let me know that, and it's not necessarily them. They have been pronounced dead, but yes, they are still warm and their bodies just are still figuring things out. They still, their muscles still work. Everything still works.
That's got to be a creepy thing during Halloween to work in the funeral home business.
It's my absolute favorite.
It's your favorite. Now, speaking about favorite, what do you think about Halloween and the spirits? Do you believe in the supernatural?
I do believe in the supernatural.
You do?
I do.
Oh, you know what's weird as you say that? The door just opened.
It really did.
That is so
Just did. You're
weird.
right.
That is so weird. So apparently, as you're saying that,
We have company.
we have company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my God, that freaked out. So, by the way, we are here, if you're just joining us, at the Rainbow Plantation. And what room is this that we're in?
You're in the Moroccan room right now.
Moroccan room. So, what was the inspiration behind the decor?
In the 1920s, the Moroccan fashion was very popular in America. So this home was all restored back to the original glory of 1920, a Moroccan. So it's all Moroccan here, from the light fixtures to the wall panels to the floors.
Now, if you've never been here and you want to take a tour, we talked about he does take financial tours here.
No.
But every room has a theme.
That's right. Every room in the house has a theme.
Really cool.
Very, very cool
I think
theme.
you have
And this
upstairs.
was
You
the,
have
Marilyn Monroe room,
yep.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Yeah, that's very. Have you been upstairs?
I have been upstairs.
Queen's room.
Yeah.
The Queen's
The
room.
Queen's room. And what were you doing upstairs?
He gave me the tour of the house.
Were you doing a show here?
I think it was Christmas time.
The Varsity B show.
Yeah, it was it was Christmas time, and he gave me the tour of the house. It was nice.
Very nice. So, what else is going on?
Oh my God! All kinds of crazy stuff are happening. This weekend in Ybor, is the Halloween festival. Pumpkin races there, the bed races are there, all that kind of. The car show on Sunday. It's
I
gonna be
wonder if Halloween's
crazy
just going to
event.
get earlier and earlier and earlier every year. I think it's actually, more than Christmas from what I remember. It's probably the most money spent for holidays, believe it or not, more than
Yes, it is.
Christmas. It's getting closer to Christmas and the money that's spent, even for decorations.
Yeah.
People
Crazy.
now decorate their yards for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
All in my neighborhood, all the orange lights, and that's nice.
All right, listen, on that note, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're coming back with even bigger hot topics. So stay right there. We'll be right back after this message. Welcome to our place, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. From delicious crepes to traditional breakfast, lunch items, and amazing salads, and of course, the burgers, and a wide range of dinner entrees. And be sure to save room for the homemade desserts. With 2 locations to choose from, Clearwater and Dunedin, make our place your place. Welcome back. All right, so we've got to talk about some weird things that happened to us during the break. So before we went to break, the door opened, and then during the break, we kind of were feeling a spirit. I don't know if it was a Pentecostal spirit of Jesus, or I don't know, my shoes were too tight.
Oh no, I think it's
All that is
or Judge Stallwater himself in the house.
Oh, it wasn't Pentecostal.
So we do have over here is our friend David though. Now David is a medium, and your mother was a medium, am I correct? In Cuba, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in Cuba, okay. And you felt spirits in this house before, right?
Oh, many times.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you experienced here?
Yes, and it's hard to explain. As soon as you walk in the house or whatever, I immediately feel a presence, which is odd. And I feel them creep up and just stand next to me, and I don't know how to explain it. I just know it happens. And a couple of times that I've been here at Mark's house or whatever, I've turned around and they've taken me up. I've been called to go up the stairs up to the room. Wow. And when I've been there, they're talking to me in the ear.
The green room, right?
Yes, and they're talking to me, and talking and talking and talking, and I feel the urge. I have to repeat what I said. I don't understand it myself sometimes. I just know that I have to say what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. And like right now, when the door opened, he's like saying, "This is my house," but you coexist with them.
How crazy is that? Listen, I know you don't watch the show. Today, whenever he came on the show, he's like, I've never seen your show. I don't know how it all works. But I'm just going to tell you, last week, actually 2 weeks ago on the show, we actually spoke specifically about what you just said. And she nailed it right on the head. And she actually called out that room that you just said.
Yes.
So how weird is that you actually said the exact same room that she felt that spirit?
What did you feel, Marilyn?
Well, when I walk in, I feel a very welcome energy, but like he said, it's like welcome into my home. But I was also drawn to that green room, and I could feel a couple of younger spirits, like children's ages. Those are all over. And the three older people's energy that I pick up, one is kind of stationary. It's an older female. And one's an older male. The other one, I can't tell if it's a male or female. I think it's a service person. I think it's a female. And she is here as well. So even in spirit, she is still here servicing the spirit of the, who was it that you said owned it? The Stonelocker family. Yeah, she's still here serving them spiritually. That's how dedicated she is.
Do you hear voices or feel anything coming inside you, Esme?
They need to get out.
Run.
No, they need to get out. This is no longer their home. They have left the earth plane. Their bodies are no longer alive. They had their life here. They need to ascend into the spiritual realm. They need to embrace the light. They need to leave this place. This is not an energy for them. There's nothing for them here. There's nothing physical for them here. The only thing they're doing is extracting energy from those around them. And they really, if there are spirits in this building, I can't say that there are because I'm not really paying attention to that. But I would wish for them to ascend and to find the light, because I don't think I think earthbound spirits are not satisfied spirits. When you're attached, I would personally, if I was to die, I wouldn't want to be attached to the earth realm. I would want to ascend. Why would I want to stay here? I don't have a physical body to interact with this beautiful donuts and this delicious drink and to touch people that I love. I can't enjoy those things. So you're just really manifesting yourself to absorb energy from things around you, not from things, from human beings, because they need a life force. Spirits need an energy, a poltergeist or spirit, whatever. In order to move objects, need energy, and they cannot produce it themselves. They don't have enough, so they have to extract it from a life force. That's just as simple as that. So I'm sure that they're not being hurtful or hateful, but I would wish for them to find the light and be happy and free from this place. I wouldn't want to remain. Do you want to remain here?
No.
I don't want to remain earthbound, walking around and attached to a house that I lived in 70, 100 years ago, but it's no longer my house. This is no longer, if I die, this is no longer my house.
So I wondered, so sometimes spirits get trapped, maybe sometimes like in an aura?
Right. Sometimes they do, right?
Yeah, like unfinished business, and they're not ready to go yet. There's something they need to finish and complete here to go.
Well, maybe they were helping you reconstruct the house.
That could very well be.
Because didn't you say that things like came to you? Because I was like, well, what was your inspiration? Like how you changed stuff, and you had
absolutely could have, yeah. Absolutely. We're going to the house. We think of this, think of that, and ideas come for this or that. It could have been them helping me.
In the movie The Ghostbusters, the word ectoplasmic energy gets thrown a lot. Ectoplasmic energy is an actual energy. It's a spiritual energy. Spirits produce it by absorbing energy from things that are alive. Wow. In order to produce ectoplasmic energy, you have to extract it through an exchange through someone that's alive. They have to get a reaction from you. Usually a lot of emotions will create ectoplasmic energy, and that's what causes things to move. When you see something like that door being pushed open, or you see something in the house move, that thing is that's ectoplasmic energy is forcing it across. But it takes a lot of power, it takes a lot of energy for a spirit to manifest that. And they're getting it from somewhere. It doesn't come out of thin air. And the only people that they're getting it from are the people that are alive. So that's why I always say, I love you, thank you for visiting, pero you got to find your way to the light, honey, because you were here, you had your beautiful life. We love you, we appreciate you, but you're not alive anymore. This is over. We got to find... it's over. It's a wrap.
Now, Ybor, I got to ask you, going back to the funeral home stuff, do you ever feel like any weird things that happened maybe during an embalming session? Do you feel a spirit or something overlooking maybe a body or something weird?
I don't know so much about a
Do you ever think
spirit per se. I do talk to.
Oh.
I do talk to them quite often.
Like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, hey girl, how you doing?
I remember you from the bar.
Yeah, and in some cases, I do know the circumstances by which they died, and sometimes they're very tragic, sometimes they're very natural, sometimes they're not so natural. But I do find myself having a conversation with them, and I do treat them as if they are able to listen to me. So when I'm prepping them and I'm taking care of them, and I know that their loved ones are going to see them soon, I prep them spiritually, I guess. As you would prep someone mentally for a big show or a wedding or something. Like this is your last hurrah. So yeah, I find myself talking to them very often. I don't necessarily feel that there's a presence or anything, but if they are in there, I do speak to them as if they're listening to me.
I think that's really sweet that you give them that, because it's like you're a ma'at. You're helping them cross into the realm of spirit, and you're actually encouraging them to accept what's happened, because a lot of people do pass and it's unexpected.
And speaking about crossing, not to change the subject, but crossing over, did you hear about all the craziness that's happening with the border?
Yes, I think it's wrong that they're coming across and they're getting blue shirts and red shirts. They should just come across on their own, and it's wrong keeping them in cages, and it's wrong not giving them medical assistance. It's just wrong all the way around. You don't treat a human that way. She had a really great idea of what we could do with them. Tell them the idea about the housing.
I did. Actually, I'm not for putting people in cages unless they're, in prison. But I do think that there is an overwhelming problem with illegal staying here. They're not crossing illegally, I don't think, but the fact that they're staying here is illegal. So why don't we come up with a building where they can have beautiful, accommodating housing, because they're coming here because they're trying to flee something. Yes. So we could have dorm rooms that are set up that are nice, yes, and they could start the citizenship process.
Yeah, like a transition house.
It very well could be, yes, and it's not a bad thing to be here. We would be opening and welcoming to them, but you need to start doing it properly. Yes. I don't see a problem with that. I don't understand why a nobody like me would come up with that idea.
Oh, you're not a nobody. You're fabulous.
No, I'm everybody.
You're everybody. We all love you, Elvira.
The border situation is a disaster.
It is, yes.
And it was a disaster for Trump. I didn't like anything that he did, and I voted for Biden. and it's a disaster for Biden as well. I'm sorry, he's not doing any better. He really is not. Unfortunately, I would love to say, as a Democrat, I would love to say that he's doing a great job, but he's not. And going to the border, people keep saying, why doesn't the president go to the border? The president doesn't need to go to the border. Okay? He really doesn't need to go to the border, but he does need to fix the border problem. And
Yes.
I don't know if the border problem can be fixed in the country where they're being sourced from. Because these people are coming here because their countries are falling apart.
Right.
So maybe we can go to their countries and find a way to improve their situation there. That could be a start. But and how many? So we're getting thousands. What is the limit? Do we stop at 5,000? Do we stop at 10,000? Do we stop at 50,000? When does it end? I'm okay. It's just out of. I don't have an easy answer for anybody. This is it's not easily fixed.
And why are they letting them come across and not letting them get the jab? And yet all of us citizens who are taxpayers, we're losing our jobs. You've got ships sitting off the shore and you can't unload them because your ridiculous illegal mandates.
Hire those people to do
Hire
it.
them, exactly.
Yeah, they would
High five me.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
'cause
find another job.
Right.
In fact, if we don't cut this loose, because we're all out of time.
Happy Halloween.
We'll see everybody next week.
Halloween.
We're spilling the tea, one cup
At a time.
This has been an Out and About media production and made possible by our community partners of TampaBayGay.com, Tampa Bay's LGBT gay-friendly business directory, and Dishin with Mark and Carrie, Tampa Bay's LGBT news blog.